What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So here we go, here we go, here we go. What we're looking at. Loadouts. So, this is where you want to be. Weapons, add a loadout. Now, depending on what level you are, I think you get 5 to begin with, and then you get to unlock all 10 of them, eventually, through playing the game. And here, you set up your weapon class, your primary weapon, secondary, your perks, lethals, tacticals. So take this one for example, it's my most commonly used one, which is why it's at the top. This is what I use mostly in the game. It's a Ram 7 assault rifle from the Modern Warfare series, not the Black Ops Cold War, that's trash, that game. Anyway, so you come in here and you set up your primary weapon with whatever attachment you want. As you see, I'm running the suppressor, long range barrel. Now, this hollow scope I'm using is pretty cool. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll kind of show you what it looks like in a sec. And I am using the underbarrel commando foregrip and the 50 round mag. This is what you would call a sniper support weapon. So I would use this primary along with a sniper rifle. So I would normally pick this out to be my first loadout option in early game because it's handy to have an assault rifle. Now, why do I like this setup so much is because if I show you in customize reticle, now this is what the reticle looks like. It begins with this default horrible red blob that hogs up the entire screen. So it shows you the criteria for unlocks, how to unlock each scope option. You do that through the game, you don't need to do that through Warzone. So eventually you get to this blue dot at the end, and the blue dot is just such a clean sight to look through. It's so much cleaner and so much clearer. It's almost like a little laser dot compared to the rest of these trashy options. I think you can just about see how clear it is, even in comparison to these dots. It's just a very sharp, clear blue dot. Anyway, I digress. Secondary weapon, not really that important, but because I play a lot of trios and quads, I go for Pila as a rocket launcher option to take out any vehicles, especially early game. We see a lot of helicopters, a lot of trucks, cars roaming around early game. Always good to have one person in the team running this. So this is here what we call perks. Now this is what I was telling you about. So it's in here, you choose what perks you want to carry. Again, it's all free. It's not really pay to win. It's all free stuff. So in here, for example, from a choice of 6, you can choose 1 as your perk 1 slot. I use double time a lot because it just lets me run faster. I find that handy. I used to run EOD, and that means I take less damage from grenades and whatnot. So that's kind of handy, but as time progresses and you become more of an aggressive player, I've just been using double time so I can get and close the gap between myself and the opponent quite quickly. For me, that's an advantage, but horses for horses, doesn't work for everyone. The rest of these options are pretty trash. I wouldn't even entertain them. It's really either double time or EOD. Now the second perk is the one I was telling you about, Ghost. So it says they're undetectable by UAVs, radar drones, and heartbeat sensors. So that's what you see, Diesel Spill Scott. That's what you see that people pick up on you all the time, the heartbeat sensor. But with the Ghost perk turned on, you'll find that you are undetectable. So this is why probably 95% of the players who get a loadout will run Ghost. Another very aggressive play is High Alert. This is the one where it pulses in the direction on screen when someone is aiming down sight on you. It's handy to have, and if you're playing super aggressive, but more often than not, you'll find Ghost. The other option is Overkill, which lets you carry 2 primary weapons. I can show you what I mean by that in one of my other classes. And the third perk It's really up to yourself what you prefer, but most people either run Amped, which lets you swap weapons quicker, or they run Tracker, which lets you see footprints of people who are nearby. So I mean, that's both are fairly good, and you'll find situations where you would want to use both. Either or, really. For me, I prefer to swap weapons quicker. That's the perks. These are the primary lethals. For me, I run proximity mine because it's proper sneaky. I can show you a video of how sneaky it is afterwards. But a lot of my bros, they run Semtex or Thermites. They're handy as well. Yep. Very, very aggressive to play with those. And tacticals, I run stun grenades. Stun grenades, it is what it is. It's suitable for aggressive play. When you want to push into a building and you stun them, go in, kill them. That's pretty much it. And what you'll see is a lot of people, like you saw, John, Diesel Spill Scott, is the happy sensor. The happy sensor is what they use to pick up on people who don't have ghost. You know? Other options here, smoke grenade, kind of useful, not all the time. It's going to be heartbeat or stun, really. Those are your top choices. And let's see, I have, oh, here we go. Now in this class, I actually have two primary weapons. I have a sniper rifle, and it's backed up with a submachine gun. These are both primary weapons. I'm able to do this because I am using the overkill spot. Now sometimes I pick this one when we're being pushed quite hard and I need weapons quickly. Say we're already getting shot at a loadout box and I need both weapons quickly, I would always go for this class because I can immediately pick up two first tier weapons, primary weapons, if that makes sense. And it just means for your second loadout, so loadouts they drop at every end of first circle and end of fourth circle, or you can buy them by collecting cash in game, and you can obviously group together as a team to collect cash, and it costs 10,000 per loadout, and you can buy a loadout from any one of the cash points dotted around the map. So what you would do is, say I was to pick this class up, this loadout, and I have the opportunity to pick out a second loadout, I would simply pick out, say, Ghost only. So the only real useful thing for this profile is the Ghost. So what happens is, if I pick this loadout up after I pick this one up, it overrides the overkill. However, all that happens is, the weapons you see here, they just drop on the floor and you can pick both up. So essentially, you're running overkill without using overkill. You're using Ghost, okay, but you're actually having the benefit of using two of your primary weapons. So that's very common. You just pick and choose what you want to use. Submachine gun, AMAX is a good rifle. Right now I'm using Ram 7. I find that very good for sniper support. This is my primary sniper that I use. And that's just about it. And field upgrades. One thing to mention, in-game, dotted all over the map are something called Dead Silence. I'll show you what Dead Silence is. It says Dead Silence temporarily makes your footsteps silent. Movement becomes slightly faster. So when this is turned on, it's like a 20 or 30 second timer. And for those 20 or 30 seconds, you can run around the map absolutely silent. And it's an absolute OP beast, this one. You can quite easily pop Dead Silence, run around buildings, and get behind people, take them out without them even realising you're there. It's highly effective. Now these are just floor loot, you call it. Floor loot being they're just dotted around the map, it's up to you to pick up. Pretty OP. And let's see. Oh, well, we're in here. Yep, trophy systems are good chuck onto cars. So when people shoot a rocket at you, the trophy system just takes out the rocket. I think it manages 3 shots before the swing breaks. Pretty cool. Yep, 3 nearby pieces of equipment and projectiles. Yep. And that's pretty much us. And the rest is get in there, shoot some kids. Peace out.